Welcome back, everyone. This is the Dosage Podcast, episode 119. Thank you for sticking with us for those live, and I apologize for my terrible voice. Again, as mentioned in the prior podcast, we have children in school, and they brought home the nasties because they can't cover their damn mouth when they cough. Thank you. And I'm here live with the lovely Andrew Alana. How's it going?
Hey.
So we're going to be talking about the year 2004 in gaming. We have a lot to unpack, a lot of memories. We were both 19 years old that year, and it was just 1 year prior from meeting each other in real life.
IRL.
Rated says I got sick from staying up late. Yeah, you bastards for making me play Halo till midnight when I said I had to go to bed.
Did not tell me that. I don't feel bad for you. Jesus.
Yeah, I'm exhausted.
Oh, you poor thing.
It was Cody. I blame Cody. And he's not even here yet for me to bitch at him. Thanks, Cody. Jeez. Year 2004. Let's unpack this year. There's a lot. May 11th, Nintendo officially announced its Revolution, which was later named the Wii. August 3rd, Doom 3 is released, restarting the Breakthrough franchise, and it featured complex graphic features such as unified lighting and shadowing, real-time fully dynamic per-pixel lighting and stencil shadowing, and the game became ID's best-selling game to date. October 12th, EA Sports launches the multi-format FIFA Football 2005. It is the last major title to be released for the original PlayStation console. In November, Counter-Strike Source and Half-Life 2 are officially released on PC around the world, bringing in a new era for the first-person shooter genre of video games with advanced graphics and physics. Also in November, Nintendo launched its DS handheld in the United States with the enhanced remake of Super Mario 64 DS. December 12th, Sony launched the PlayStation Portable in Japan and was soon released in other markets in 2005. September, Acclaim declared bankruptcy and closed its doors. In December, Electronic Arts purchased a 5-year exclusive agreement for the rights to the NFL, which includes NFL teams, stadiums, and players for use in EA's football games. Also in December, EA purchased 20% stake in Ubisoft. The purchase at the time was considered hostile by Ubisoft. Cody says he's ready. Well, let's see if we can get him in then, so we can do our honorable mentions. Can he join our call? Do we have to go into? We have to go into a room probably. I'm gonna switch over. Lana, can you see if you can switch over to the live stream? Do live stream like Twitch.
What? What am I doing?
The channel in Discord.
Okay. So I'm hanging up?
Yep, I'm gonna switch there. And we'll see if we can get Lana in the call, and Cody as well, if he can hear us and join us. She went to the wrong one. But can we hear you now? Are you here with us?
I am here.
Cody is here. Lana, are you here?
You hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Okay. Yay.
And we can hear Cody. Fantastic. One more audio test before we go.
Are you sick, sir?
I am.
You sound awful.
Yeah, I don't.
Yes, he does.
I don't feel great. Yeah, I felt fine yesterday. A little bit of a cough, like lingering, but nothing. And then today I woke up just like trash.
That's miserable.
Yeah, we can't see Cody. I don't think he's sharing his screen.
I can if you'd like me to.
Yeah, if you want. Let's bring him on then.
1 second.
Live.
Turn on camera.
Nope, where are you going?
Hello.
There he is. Let's do this. Let's crop you. Crop you. Crop you. And Cody is in picture. There we go. Now you can see him. He's just looking down at his keyboard, though.
Hello.
So, yes, I sound like trash. Thank you, Cody. Welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me. A little late, but better late than never, you know?
Technically, you're on time for 2004.
True.
But for the stream in general, no.
Well, it's good because you would have absolutely hated my 2003.
Oh, Cody, it wasn't worse than mine. Whatever you did,
Do you want to hear my 2003 before we get into
power through
2004 more?
Yeah, let's power through your top 10.
Oh, it's bad. It's bad. I noticed how bad this was because I was being completely unbiased. Well, I guess it is biased because it's my opinion. But I wasn't like picking like the popular ones that people would think I would pick. But yeah, for number 10, I had Hulk. Hulk was an amazing game, first of all. Number 9, I had Harry Potter Quidditch World Cup because that was a phenomenal game. Number 8, I had Attack and the Power of Juju. Number 7, I had Devil May Cry 2. Number 6, I had Midnight Club 2. Number 5, I had Need for Speed Underground. Number 4, I had Tony Hawk Underground. Number 3, I had Prince of Persia, Sands of Time. Number 2, I had Lord of the Rings, Return of the King. And my number 1, believe it or not, was Backyard Wrestling.
Oh, God.
Backyard Wrestling with, the Juggalos.
I mean, I said it was an honorable mention for me, but man.
I put hours and hours onto that game. I'm not gonna lie to you. It easily made my top 10 at number 1. Because I mean, realistically, if we're talking wrestling games, that's probably one of the wrestling games I played the most of, to be completely honest.
Wow.
It just kept my attention, and the storyline of it was really fun, and yeah, I had a great time with Backyard Wrestling.
So what you're saying is we need a remaster.
Oh, absolutely! I would love a remaster of that.
There you go.
Fantastic.
Who made that game?
Who made Backyard Wrestling? That's a great question. I want to say it was THQ. I'm about to look that.
Who's now defunct.
Let's see. Backyard Wrestling.
While you're looking that up, we'll power through our honorary mentions for the year 2004. Lana seems to think she can predict my game for this year, by the way.
If the game that I know is not number 1, I'm going to run downstairs in the basement and punch you in the face. There's no way. There's no way.
Bet.
Hey,
right,
I found the developer and the publishers.
All right, what we got?
Developers was Paradox Development, and the publisher was Eidos Interactive.
Oh, Paradox.
So
and
Midway,
Eidos, I think
Midway made it.
Yeah, I think they're still around somewhat.
Yeah, Paradox is now Midway, LA.
So there you go. I'll kick off honorary mentions so you guys can talk for a while doing yours because I need a break from my voice.
I have no honorary mentions. I was lucky to get 10. So.
Damn it. All right, well, I'll go through with mine. While he searches for his pen, my honorary mentions are Red Dead Revolver, The Legend of Zelda Four Sword Adventures. Sorry, Lana. Paper Mario, The Thousand Year Door, which I have a copy of. Metroid Prime 2 Echoes. Mario Power Tennis. World of Warcraft. Mario Party 6. Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic 2, The Sith Lords. Another surprising one here. Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories, which I have in the collection of the HD 1.5 remix, which was included. Another game that I've bought more than once. And WWE Day of Reckoning. Those are my honorary mentions. Lana has none.
Lana has none.
You struggled to make a top 10.
Struggled. Struggled. Yeah, that's a good way of putting it.
Chat wants you to punch me anyways.
She probably will, if we're being honest. I don't think that it's gonna match up because I think I know what she's talking about. But there was a lot of good games that came out this year.
Yes, this was a solid year in gaming.
I can think of one other game that's going to compete with what I think your number one is going to be.
I guess we'll find out as we get closer. Stick with us.
Oh my god, I'm going to be so angry.
Stick with us.
So angry. Okay, anyway.
But yes, Paper Mario is good. It's a good game. I hear chat right now or see chat talking about it. 2004 was a hard year to make a top 10 list of games. Yes, it was, Bullet. This was one of the more difficult ones. I had to really sit and think about my top 5 or 6. So things that you probably expected to be are probably not. And how I approached it was not necessarily my love today for these games, but what I genuinely played back then.
That's how my list is.
So, Lana, I don't know if that changes your opinion.
It does, because I just know I'm going to be mad at you by the time you get to number 1, so it's fine.
Wow, okay.
But I literally, every single one of the games on this list, save for one game, I did not play at the time. Every single one of them. Every single game on this list, except for one, I did not play in 2004. I probably didn't play them until 5 to 10 years later than when they came out. So,
damn.
Yeah.
Let's see. I have some honorable mentions.
Let's hear them.
I have The Suffering. I have Red Dead Revolver. I have Burnout 3. I have Sly 2 Band of Thieves, which if you watched 2001, the first Sly made it in my top 3. But this one did not. Did not even make my top 10. Tony Hawk Underground 2 did not make my top 10, even though Underground made my top 10 for the year prior. Yeah, that's it. That's my honorable mentions.
All right. Well, Lana, we'll have you go first, and then we'll kick it over to Cody and then myself, and we'll continue that rotation as we list our top 10 here for the year 2004. Go ahead, Lana.
Okay, my number 10 is Roller Coaster Tycoon 3. It was the first game that had the coaster cam, where you could ride the ride as like a spectator. It had the peep cam, so you could view your park as like a person walking around. And then it also had like timed fireworks. Create a fireworks show at the end of the night, kind of like what Disney has. Or you could have fireworks go off as your like coaster rode past them. And I always thought that was kind of fun.
That game is available on Nintendo Switch, by the way, for those wanting to play it, and it comes with the Soaked expansion, as well as the Wild expansion. I forget what that one's called.
Oh, it's like a water park, I'm assuming?
The water park and then the animal park.
Oh, okay.
We have it, by the way. The controls are not great, but we do have it.
I don't remember. When I played it, I think I played it on PC.
It would have been PC, which is easier for those type of games.
Yeah. But that's my number 10.
Good pick. Coyote.
Oh, you ready to lose your mind?
Oh, God.
That this made my top 10 list? My number 10 is SpongeBob SquarePants, the movie video game. What an amazing game. I was 10 years old. Let's bring that back. I was 10 years old at the time, and SpongeBob was obviously pretty big. I was at the phase where I was growing out of SpongeBob, but this is like the first SpongeBob video game that actually had good graphics, and it had a story to it, and it had good mechanics for driving and jellyfishing and a bunch of other stuff. SpongeBob, the movie, the video game, gets my number 10. I put a lot of time into it.
Does it compare to Battle for Bikini Bottom?
Yes, because this came out the year after.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but this was more because if I'm not mistaken, Battle for Bikini Bottom was more of like a Mario Party type game, correct?
Um,
There was a lot of mini games that were involved in it.
I don't know.
And then this one was strictly solo. This was complete storyline game, not a bunch of mini games.
You know, I can't say if I've played a SpongeBob game, and Ty is gonna hate me forever for that because he's giving you mad props right now.
Because I always trash talk SpongeBob because he brings up SpongeBob in every conversation.
No, he
Everything
doesn't.
goes back to SpongeBob.
I've never heard him do that.
Never? Wow, the sarcasm's real.
You can hear the sarcasm through this.
I can see it. I'm watching your video as well.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
awkward.
No, this one was good. I haven't played any of the ones after this, I don't think. Because I know there's a new one that just came out last year.
Is that the
But I never played
remaster,
that.
like the HD one of Bikini Bottom?
I think so. It was something about Bikini Bottom. Bikini Bottom was definitely in the name.
Yeah, I do love a good Bikini Bottom.
Same.
My number 10, Super Mario 64 DS, because one of the greatest Mario games of all time in my hand, and I take it anywhere. Yes. And it looked fantastic on that dual screen. And you could actually play as more characters besides Mario, which was super cool. So Super Mario 64, if you've never had a DS, you just wouldn't get it. You wouldn't understand. And if you didn't grow up playing Super Mario 64, you also would not understand the, I guess, just sheer ingenuity of what they accomplished. It is just a great game. I can't give enough props to Super Mario 64. 25 years of that game, by the way. That's crazy. Rated says number 10, MVP Baseball 04.
Yeah, I know we try to stay away from the yearly sports games because they're all very, very similar. Like if you go from '04 to '05, there's not much of a change there besides a little thing here or there.
Yeah, that's my general feeling on a lot of
Yeah.
sports games.
That's why I try to stay away from Madden. I try to stay away from, even though one of my top franchises ever is NCAA football. Um, I'm not gonna ever have it on the top 10 just because they were all very similar. I mean, you played your 4 years, you did some tests, and
Now that stopped in
uh,
what, 2013?
maybe 2012
Was it 2012? Okay.
might have been 2012.
Because I know like copies of whatever the last one is like insane in price.
Yeah, actually, they may have gone to 14 if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, rated says 14.
Yeah, because I remember it being a Michigan State player. I can't remember what player, but there was a player from Michigan State on there. Or am I completely wrong?
I don't know.
I think I remember Michigan State player.
No, it's regular Michigan. There he is.
Oh, see, that's the problem. Michigan killed it.
Yeah. I knew it was Michigan.
They haven't been a good team in a long time. They killed them.
Let's not. I need them to make money so I can make money. So can we just move on?
It's true. We're like 5 minutes from their stadium, so
My
Ooh.
hotel is the closest hotel to U of M Stadium, so I need them to not suck so I can make some money this year. That'd be great.
Bullet says Blinks 2 for their number 10. Lana, what is your number 9?
My number 9 is Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green, which I think are the first versions of the original game that I actually played.
Yeah, they're
Like, I think I played this
remakes.
remastered version. Yeah. Obviously, Charmander is my starter because that's the only acceptable starter. But I think this is the first time that I played the original games, even though it was a remaster or whatever.
Those are great games. I didn't even give them honorable mentions. Shame on me.
Shame on you. That's all I got.
My number 9 was Mafia. I was very into the Mafia at this time frame, like the whole ideology. Why I can't say that word right now. Yeah,
Ideology.
but there it is. But yeah, I was big into the Mafia in general at this point in time and doing a lot of research on it. And this was a game that I could be a member of the Mafia and have family battles and everything. This was right up my alley.
The
And
King
again,
family.
it was also made by the same people who make uh, Grand Theft Auto, so it had a good feel to it and everything like that.
Now, were you a Sopranos fan then?
No, I didn't get into The Sopranos until like late teenage years. So I was only 10 when this came out.
Gotcha. Yeah, that show is probably a bit too much as far as content is concerned for a 10-year-old.
Yeah, I
Makes
was
sense.
11 years old in 2004.
My number 9, not as good as the first. This, to me, was the decline in the franchise. Tony Hawk's Underground 2. It had characters I liked. I believe Bam was in this one. Bam Margera,
Hmm.
for those that don't know.
Because there's another Bam that you're talking about, or
Yeah, Bam from the Flintstones.
Bam Bam Bigelow.
Bam Bam
Bam
Bigelow
Bam.
from
Okay,
WWF.
all right.
WCW.
I've been corrected.
It's
Come
fine.
on.
I couldn't say a word, so and I'm not even gonna try. I'm just gonna call it the word from now
The
on.
word.
It's true. So yeah, this was a decline in the franchise for me. Still a fun game, as a good chunk of the Tony Hawk games are, but unfortunately, this is for me where it started falling off. The cool thing about these games, and if I'm remembering this wrong, please tell me, but you could get off and walk.
You could.
Cool. Like, am I remembering this right?
Hmm.
But they were
Yeah, you
fun.
could do the same thing in Underground 1
Yep.
as well.
And then American Wasteland was one of the last
Hmm.
ones I played for years. Because then they got gimmicky. They had like the Wii games with the board and all this. It was just bad.
But yeah, that got bad.
But yeah, that's my number 9. 9 for Bullet is Silent Hill 4 The Room. Scary game. Lana, back to you for 8.
For number 8. My number 8 is The Legend of Zelda Four Swords Adventures. Pretty sure I played this on the DS. Like a port of it on the DS, I think. Obviously well after it came out. But I do remember like the diamond formation that you made so that if 4 of you were playing at the same time, you could all 4 be fighting somebody.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember it would have hooked up. You could hook up your Game Boy Advance to the GameCube with like a cord
Yep, the
or
Game Boy
something
Player.
like that. Yeah, and there were parts of the game that you couldn't access unless you had that connection or
Damn
something
you,
along.
Nintendo, for doing that.
Yeah,
They want you to
but I
buy
had
their
fun
shit.
with it. I mean, it was a fun Zelda game, which most of them are.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a good one. We have a version of it on our 3DS right now.
Okay, I was gonna say I thought it was on the DS that I played it.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
Yowie wowie!
what?
yowie,
Oh.
wowie.
Vincent.
Before I get into
Oh.
my number 8, my number 8 is another one that's probably going to shock you because it wasn't that popular of a game. But I put a lot of time into it. It was Samurai Jack: Shadow of Aku. Samurai Jack was very big at this time. I'm surprised it didn't go longer, to be honest with you. It was a good show.
Was that Cartoon Network?
It kind of. It was Toonami.
Tsunami, okay.
So kind of.
Yeah, I vaguely remember it. I didn't ever watch it, but I vaguely remember it.
Yeah, but this was a good game, and it was just a simple 2D platformer. But yeah, I put a lot of time into this for being just a standard 2D platformer.
Bullet says The Suffering. Ty says Super Tie Ball. It's not a game.
Super tie ball.
It's not a
Jesus,
game.
tie. Oh, tie.
It's not a game. My number 8, I have Show and Tell. for some of my picks. Because I collect.
Because you're braggadocious.
No, I collect things. I have a problem. Tie cart. Batman says tie cart. My number 8 is Star Wars Battlefront. It had Xbox Live. For the original Xbox, you could play online. Live, online enabled. Honestly, though, like, if it wasn't for this game, we wouldn't have gotten the current ones that we have now. Because this game was phenomenal. I don't know what else to say other than it's Star Wars, and you got to battle in major battles and major backdrops from the films at the time. If you could find this game, play it. It's a must-have. Number 7, Lana.
All right, my number 7 was Mario Party 6.
Why didn't you make that your 6th pick?
Oh, missed opportunity. It was the first time that you could play as Toadette, and it was the last game where you could play with autoplay, where you could turn it on and have all 4 players just be AI and watch other people play the game. It was the last game that allowed you to do that. In all future games, there had to be at least one human player to move to play the game. Basically.
Really? That's stupid. I'm a party by myself.
But I just love the Mario Party games. I think they're a blast.
A blast, a blast. Bullet says number 7 for them was Chronicles of Riddick.
Well, be ready for the new Mario Party because that's going to have games and boards from the past.
I'm excited.
Ooh, that'll be so fun. I'm excited.
Super.
Yeah, it's going to have over 100 classic minigames that we all know and love.
And hate.
I was hate stuff, but that's fine because he's a grouch.
Yeah, we're gonna end up fighting when we do a community night.
I'm excited to fight. I like
the
fighting.
end of DNA is coming due to Mario Party.
It's about damn time.
Travis, the control thrower, is about to be exposed.
My number 7 is. Can you hold that box up again? Star Wars Battlefront is my number 7 pick. Again, it was just a great game. This was the first Star Wars game that I actually really enjoyed. Yeah, there's not much more to say about it. I mean, it wasn't as good as the second one. It was a good game.
Yeah, second one's really good, but this one was fun. Number 7 for me, Ray did mention this in the last podcast because it was a pick for me, but this is the sequel to that, Need for Speed Underground 2. This was the final Need for Speed game that I was excited for and or played. I take that back. I have played some of the other ones, but not really. Not like this one. It had the customization, had the good soundtrack, had pretty good cars, had a decent story. And then that was it. I don't know what happened. I just kind of fell out of this genre, other than Mario Kart. So, yeah. Bullet says, I hope we can do a community night on Borderlands. That'd be fun.
That would be fun. I'd do that.
Number 6. No, God damn it, Ty. No.
Battle Cry, One Winged Angel.
Battle tie. Missed opportunity. Battle tie.
Battle Ty. Yeah, that was a missed opportunity. Damn it, Ty.
Do you have that like as a button somewhere that you can just click? He does. I know he does because he has it for NAW.
I don't know if you heard it or not.
I didn't hear it.
I couldn't hear it, no.
I just hit it. You're welcome.
The chat hear it? Chat.
Yep. Batman's LOL.
What are we on? Number 6 now?
Yep.
Yeah.
Back to
Lana's
line
so-
for number 6. Good Lord.
My number 6 is World of Warcraft.
Ooh.
Hey.
Yeah. I, again, did not play this until well after it came out. I don't think it was until, 2008, 2009, Trav, that we got this game and played it.
Yep.
I really liked it. Now, I'm not willing to pay like a monthly fee to play a video game, so I only got as far as like the free parts of the game would let you go. But I liked it a lot, and I could see how you could get really addicted to it and want to play it all the time. We just literally had $0 at that time, so it wasn't something in our budgets that we were gonna, pay to play or whatever. But
We were
it was
eating
fun.
the tuna we were sharing with the cats.
Yeah, we literally bought tuna fish because the cats and us could eat it at the same time.
It was rough.
Definitely didn't have.
Leroy Jenkins.
Yeah, but I can definitely see how it was a super fun game, and I enjoyed what I did get to play of it. So, it hits all the right spots for me. Fantasy, RPG. I mean, it was fun.
Cody and the cat.
My number 6 is NFL Street 2. Yeah, this was just a really fun game in general because it was 7-on-7 football with actual guys from the NFL. Like, you could pick specific guys. They had wide receivers, they had running backs, they had quarterbacks, and then 3 linemen. It just felt like a pickup game. And at this age, I was doing a lot of pickup games of football, and this just hit all the right things. You could play on a beach, you could play on makeshift fields, in alleyways. It was just a really good feeling football game, which and it wasn't like a simulation game because we haven't had really any popular arcade style sports games besides Blitz, which ended around this time frame. So this was really what picked up when Blitz was going out the door was NFL Street. So yeah, I highly enjoyed it.
It was also the ending of the era of these games because of the exclusive rights for Madden.
That's true. NFL Street did get a number 3 though.
Might have been in the next year that we're doing. Stay tuned for that.
Mm-hmm.
Question.
Cinco on the cover.
So
Yes.
you mentioned it had quarterbacks, halfbacks. Did it have Chad Kroger?
Oh my god, that is a terrible joke. Nickelbacks.
Hey.
That's bad. That's just bad.
Is it just too bad? It's too late.
Yeah. Oh my god.
You really should just take a photograph of this and walk away.
Oh god, then I would be a rock star.
You know how that
Oh. reminds
me?
Oh shit.
That it's
We have gone too far.
Oh.
oh my god, that was bad.
It was bad, but it was really good.
It was. All right.
Moving on. What are we at? 6? Yes. Roller Coaster Tycoon 3. So that was brought up already. Exactly what Lana expressed. It's a fun game. It's a theme park builder. You can't go wrong with it. It's still fun to this day. As I mentioned, it's on the Switch now. And I've played it. And the only thing I don't like is the controls. But it's still fun. Once you get familiar with the controls, it's fine. But it's rough. But yeah, number 6. Back to you, Lana. Number 5.
All right. Number 5.
Wait. Sorry. I gotta interrupt you. Bullet said number 6, Mortal Kombat Deception, the game that changed the Mortal Kombat for the better. All right. Uh-oh.
Excuse me. I'm sorry.
She's getting the sickness.
I'm down with the sickness.
She beat me to it.
Sorry, Cody. Okay. Number 5 for me was Pikmin 2. It removed the time limit to beat the entire game of the first one, which I really hated. I hate that pressure, which is probably why I never got into that one Zelda game where you have to save the world within 12 hours or whatever it is.
Majora's Mask. Yes.
But it removed that time limit, so you had as many days as you needed to finish the game. Obviously, it was updated. There was 2 additional Pikmin that you found. But it was still a really, really fun game. I had a lot of fun with that game.
Man, I try to get into those games, and I can't.
There's a lot of strategy. it's one of those games which I know slap me on the wrist or whatever, but I like using a guide for them just to make sure I don't miss anything and I go in the right direction and I don't get lost. You know, I don't know. I like them. I think they're fun. They're like those mind numbing games where you just play them and you don't really have to think about anything else. You just play the game, you go here, you go there, you pick up what you got to pick up. I think they're fun. I like them.
Just so you know, we both did synchronized wrist slapping.
We did. That was weird.
My number 5 is one that you brought up. It was Need for Speed Underground 2. Same thing. It kind of changed street racing games for the better. All the customizable things and everything like that. But another big thing that I really like this one for is that this got brought to a bunch of arcades. And this is what I used to play at the bowling alley, was Need for Speed Underground 2 in the arcade version. So that's really what I remember, not just the console version, but I also remember going to the bowling alley weekly because my mom was in a league and playing Need for Speed Underground 2 on the actual, whatever they would call it, the driving booth thing.
That's funny that you mentioned that, because one of my fondest memories growing up for some of the games I played was when I got to go to bowling night. I would get a bunch of quarters from the guys, all the dads, so I didn't bother them. And then I would play games like Contra, Super Mario 2, other stuff from that time period in the arcade. So it must be that generation is what you did. You hung out at the bowling alley and shipped your kids off to go play arcade.
Yeah.
Your parents were really nice. My mom never would have taken us to the bowling alley with her. That was like her time. No way, Jose, would we have been able to go.
Well, at this time, my mom put me in the kids' leagues too. So while she was going, I had a league at the same time.
Oh, that's fun though that you got to go and.
Yeah, but mine was always much faster because it's not as uniform either. There's less kids there than adults.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
But it was still fun.
A league of their own.
We're on it tonight.
Okay. I do remember going like to the roller skating rink and playing the Simpsons arcade game. Yes. I played that a lot. Yes. That was fun because I was always Marge with a vacuum cleaner. I always loved hitting the bad guys with a vacuum cleaner.
she still loves hitting people with vacuum cleaners.
That's impressive.
It's true. And our vacuum cleaner is heavy, so.
Yeah, it's true. Please, please, please let there be a pre-order available this week for that damn arcade. I'm trying to snag one from Arcade One Up. We'll see. My number 5. You went, Cody, yes, because you explained.
Yes.
Okay. My brain's foggy. You just literally said Need for Speed. My number 5 is Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater. This... I'm going to get hate for this, but up until this point, this might be my least favorite in the franchise. And I don't think I truly appreciated it until later, where I fully understood the story and the importance of it by getting the sequels that we got. But it was still a very solid game. Pun intended. But yes, Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater for the PS2, my number 5. Bullet says my number 5 is Doom 3. Back to you, Lana.
My number 4 is Paper Mario: The Thousand-Year Door. If this is the one I think where he turns into a paper airplane to fly across like gaps and stuff.
Yes.
And I think this is the first Paper Mario game I played, and I just adored it, which is hilarious because I usually don't really love turn-based games, but for some reason I loved this game. And I think after I played this game, I consumed like every Paper Mario game that I could get my hands on, which I think there's only like 3 or 4, so that wasn't a lot. But
you did. We went on the Wii shop and got the 64 one. We then got the Wii one that had come out. And then we've continued to buy them ever since.
Yeah, I loved these games. They were a lot of fun.
I think the only one you didn't play was Sticker Star on the 3DS.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think that's the only one I haven't played.
My number 4 is GTA San Andreas.
It's a good game.
This is really the first GTA game that I got into. Obviously because of the age that I was. But I mean, yeah, I mean this was very gang oriented and everything like that as well, which for a kid you just like the violence and everything like that comes with the GTA games. So yeah, that's why GTA San Andreas gets my number 4. It's probably still one of my favorite GTA games to date.
I definitely still go back and play it. My number 4. Have I said what you predicted yet, Lana?
Not yet.
You're not running down here to slap me yet?
Not yet.
Okay. Are you ready? You might be.
Oh my god.
Oh. Number 5 for Ty is Thai Theft Auto.
Well played.
Gosh.
Yeah. Oh, he's going on. His number 4 is Ty May Cry. Jesus. Number 4 for Bullet is Fable. I like you, Bullet, because my number 4 is Fable. This is a
You
good.
running yet?
No.
I was
That's
waiting
not.
for the foot stomps.
No.
I think the
I'll be
power's
honest
trying to
with you,
come back on.
I don't think I've ever played this game. I played Fable 3, obviously, but I don't think I ever went back and played the first couple. So.
Well, they have the anniversary edition on Game Pass.
Oh, do they?
They do. So you should play it because
It's a great game.
yes. Like, I love the humor that's infused with this game. It's so good. Go back and play it. It's a game that's aged pretty well. I got this from Destiny Games for $10. It's still, like I said, remember, I keep the receipts. I had purchased this on April 17th, 2011.
That was after we moved here. Destiny Games, that's that one that's...
In Ford Road on Canton.
Yeah, okay.
Yep.
All right.
Who helped me that day? Cashier 4.
It was the same cashier that's always there, the dude.
Yeah. He runs the place.
I bet.
I had bought this and Ultimate Fighting Championship for the Dreamcast.
Oh, jeez.
Good game, Fable. Get it. That's my number 4. I want that series to come back so bad. It is, supposedly. Not by the same studio, but it'll return one day. Back to you for number 3, Lana.
My number 3 is GTA San Andreas. For one, it has my name in it, so it's already awesome. And for 2, this is like the first Grand Theft Auto game that I actually remember. I remember some of the people in it, and the amount, like the voice cast that's in it is absurd. It is, there's like, I think this game has a Guinness Book of World Records for the amount of voice actors that they used.
Really?
There's like a bazillion, like Samuel L. Jackson is in it. Ice-T is in it. Like there is just so many voice actors in this game that you recognize, and the story is really, really good, you know, and it's I mean, it's dated now, but it was pretty back then, and it wasn't too hard for me either, which some of the other GTAs are really, really hard.
I don't know,
So
like that first mission where you have to escape on a bike.
On a bike. But it's a fun game. The story is really, really good. You know, he goes back because his mom dies, and like it's a good game. I had fun with it. I mean, I don't think I've ever beat it or anything like that, but I enjoyed it. Getting to switch through all the radio stations, and you know, it's fun. It's a fun game.
Good choice. Number 3 for Ty is Ty Extreme Wrestling. G-Ty A. This is Batman.
Oh my gosh.
Y'all are crazy.
Well, my number 3 is Def Jam Fight for Ty No, Fight for New York. Yeah, this is still a game that I go back and play every now and then. Those Def Jam fighting games were amazing. Yeah, there's not much more to say about that, but being able to choose some of the most popular rappers and R&B artists at the time, and have them fight, that was just something just revolutionary to me.
I like Def Jam Rap Superstar game.
That was a
That
good
game
game
was
too.
fun.
It was a lot of fun. Having people over drinking and exposing them for their lack of rap skill. Good times.
I think I still have that game somewhere with the gold microphone.
Oh, man.
I'd have to find it.
If we didn't get copyright strikes, that would be so fun to stream. Might have to do it anyway sometime. Just say screw it.
Yeah, I mean, we did E3 without getting one, so that's impressive enough.
True. I just got flagged on YouTube for my child dancing to a Bruno Mars song.
Where he pulls his pants down?
That's the one.
I laugh so hard when he dropped the pants like the monkeys.
Oh, he does the
And
other
then I
part
love-
too.
I love how he walks up to you and he's like, my pants. Like, yeah, he pulled him down, bud.
He puts his hand in his pants too during that part of the song. I'm just like, bro.
And you're just like, oh, you lost your pants? Oh, just pull them up. He didn't lose them. He pulled them down.
He pulled him down. He knew what he was doing.
You don't know. He's a crazy kid. Oh, man. He's going to be so embarrassed when this all gets brought up again when he graduates. Why did you film everything, Dad? Because it's what I do.
For this reason, right here.
I mean, I film myself doing this stuff for years. I'm going to film you guys doing everything you do. Everything in life is documented now, whether it's a Facebook post or social media or something. We're literally
Like you,
living.
I don't waste all these people's time
Tag title contender.
bitching and moaning and bitching
Wait a second.
and bitching and bitching and
We got some
bitching
bitching.
and
You know
bitching
something? You know
and
something?
bitching
You know
and
something?
bitching and
It's the and
bitching
bitching.
Oh, bitching
and
bitching.
bitching and bitching. Are you bitching?
Are you finished? Yes. The Good Brothers.
The Good Brothers.
Who is the Good Brothers?
Carl Anderson and Doc Gallows.
Why are they coming to Gnaw?
I wonder.
Questions. We'll have answers. Thursdays on NAW. Shameless self-plug. Continuing on. Whose turn?
I believe it's yours for number 3.
Yeah, I think it's yours for number 3.
For 3? All right. You ready, Lana?
For the smack.
I'm waiting.
You're giving me some serious anxiety.
I'm loving it. I love getting you all stressed
I
out.
like McDonald's.
I'm just waiting for the power trying to come back on. What movie reference?
The power trying to come back on. Oh, like Jurassic Park?
Dude, she got it. Look at that. All right. Number 3. The Sims 2. No reaction.
shuffling.
No reaction. I'm waiting.
No, not yet.
Well, now I know what your number 1 is easily.
Easily, huh?
That's what I said. I said
Yeah,
it's
now I
easy.
know what it is.
And if I'm wrong, I'll punch you in the face.
It might make your number 2, but I don't think so.
Okay.
I know what his top 2 are, I think.
Okay, we'll find out. But The Sims 2, this added a lot to the game that desperately needed updates. Kira says, I love The Sims. Yes, Sims great franchise. 2 really kind of set the pace for what would be to come as a standard for the games. I mean, I think a lot of it had to do with the hardware. Like, PCs really stepped it up during this time period, too, on what they could handle and perform. So, it was a great game. Sims 2, great game. Lana, number 2.
Okay, my number 2 is Halo 2. You could dual wield needlers, which is the bomb.com, and the matchmaking where you could actually like choose different things to matchmake with. I thought that was really fun. Like I remember watching my friends play like on a 4 screen in like the original Halo, but obviously that was like very basic matchmaking. And this one there was different match types and you could choose, different types of games to play. And I mean, let's be honest, dual wielding. That's the main thing that I love about this game. I think it's great. It expanded the story too. Like the story is really, really good. It's easily one of my like top 10 games of all time, probably.
Wow.
But it's really, really good. And I like that game. I think I've said that about every fucking game on this list. Sorry, I repeat myself.
Have, but most importantly, like you said, matchmaking. That's huge, huge,
Huge.
huge.
And my number 2 is also Halo 2.
Yeah.
Same reasonings. The matchmaking, dual wielding needlers. If you watch the stream, you know my favorite gun is the needler.
Same.
That's the gun I always go off with whenever I get it. Yeah, Halo 2 is great. I mean, I've already spoken of my love of Halo and what it means to me in general, the entire franchise. Unfortunately, this one didn't make my number 1, but it did. It still made it in the top 2, which is still a big deal.
Bullet says their number 2 is SmackDown vs. Raw.
Did that come out in 2004?
Yeah,
I know Here Comes the Pain did.
No, that was 2003. We talked about in the
Was
last week.
it?
Yeah. I know there was confusion because I thought SmackDown vs. Raw was later, but
I thought it was too. Yeah.
Oh, it is on my honorable mentions on 2003.
yeah. Oops. Well,
Interesting.
my number 2. I'm waiting for Lana. I'm really nervous right now. She can't even see the screen, can you?
No, I can't. I can see Cody, but I can't see yours. I can't see your screen.
Okay. Ty says his number 2 is
I know.
Tie
I
Down
think
vs.
it's
Raw.
one of 2. It's one of 2. And I just hope you choose correctly so I don't have to be mad at you for like a week. So.
Choose correctly?
I'm just kidding.
She's kidding, but for real though.
for real.
Batman says Halo 2 and there's a smack coming.
If it's Halo 2, I think everybody should get 20,000 strands just for being here because all of us had Halo 2 as number 2. Just saying.
It's not, though.
It's not.
No, it's not.
It is!
What? What?
It is!
I am filing for divorce tomorrow. Just
Whoa.
Well, everybody
What?
should get some strands here because all of us got Halo 2 at number 2.
It's your number 2?
Because it's Halo 2. It's number 2.
I would have pinned this for your number 1 easily. Like I was fully confident on the inside. I'm disappointed in myself.
Nope. Halo 2. Like you said, I even have the 2-month free trial for Xbox Live scratched off in here.
Well, yeah, because we couldn't afford it at the time. There was no way we could have paid for that.
Give me a 20K, says Ty. I mean, like you guys said, this game can't get enough praise. The only downfall is the story, because half the story you are Covenant, you're the Arbiter, you are not Master Chief, which was my complaint with the campaign for Halo 5. You are Locke, you're not Master Chief for 8 out of 10 missions or whatever the ratio is. I wanted to play as Master Chief more, but the online saves this game, and it really makes it just incredible. It might be the best Halo game. I go back and forth with this one and Halo 3 a lot, just because the memories made with both of these games. But it's definitely deserving of number 2 compared to my number 1. And I'm comparing this of this time period.
I know what your number 1 is now. I'm still going to be mad about it, but I know what it is.
But I'm comparing it to this time period. If I were to make this list for what I would be playing today,
We're about to do number 1 rated.
I would probably swap this number 2 with my number 1, to be honest. So.
Nope,
All
just
right.
in time.
Number 1, Lana.
My number 1 is The Sims 2.
Good choice.
Yeah, I'm obsessed with the Sims series. I have every single one of them somewhere in my life. This one was 4 discs to install it. 4 discs.
Unless you had the DVD version.
It came in this giant box with 4 discs, and I remember trying to install it and being so stressed out that something was going to fail out or not work. I would have been devastated.
You could just reinstall it.
This game introduced the aspiration system. So your Sims aspired to do something in their life, whether it was like family related or, work related or whatever. The Sims were able to pass through 7 different life stages. In the first game, when you had a baby, it never became not a toddler. It was always a toddler. It never grew up. In this game, it was a baby, then a toddler, then a child, then a teen. And eventually, when they added expansion packs, it became a young adult and went to college, and then became an adult, and then an elder, and then eventually it would die, depending on how many days you had the life cycle set up as. And the babies that you could have took on the genetic characteristics of their parents. So if, for example, I created myself and Travis in the game, whatever characteristics I used to make us, they would meld those together to create a baby. In the first game, it was just this randomly generated baby that turned into a randomly generated toddler. In this game, it took those genetics and made a baby that was based off of the 2 of you.
Why did our babies always look like Cody then?
We don't need to talk about that on stream.
His face right now.
The Sim males in this game you can aspire to be abducted by aliens. So one of the things that you could do is get like a telescope, and you could be obsessed with watching the sky and eventually discover aliens. And the males in the game could be abducted by aliens and get impregnated and then give birth to a half alien baby in the game.
It's a weird kink.
It is very strange. This game introduced career rewards. It introduced a day and a week cycle. So you went to work on 5 of the 7 days of the week and you were home for 2. It introduced the cleaning skill, a variety of meal options depending on the time of day you were trying to cook, exercise clothing, the ability for your body shape to change by your diet and exercise choices in the game. And it also introduced foundations for the houses. So you could have like a front stoop or a front porch, or your house would be a little bit elevated. And it also introduced cutscenes for specific events, like your first kiss, your first woohoo, when you had children, if you got abducted by aliens. And then in the expansions, that expanded even more to some of the other firsts that you could do. So going to school or getting an A or, whatever it was in all of those expansion packs. So it was this huge, huge change to the franchise. The cheat code for money changed in this game. In the original game, it was like $C or something like that. In this game, it became Motherload. So it was just this huge game and then with the expansions and the stuff packs, it just became this gigantic thing, and it's so much fun. I would still go back and play this game. I mean, I would play all the Sims games, let's be honest. But
yeah, this definitely set the standard for games to come from here on for the franchise, and continuing to use so many of those elements in all the games now.
Yeah. Yep.
Now we're at number 1. My number 1 is one of my favorite franchises of all time. They need to hurry up with the 4th. Fable gets my number 1 spot. There's not much to say other than this was just the start of an amazing franchise. It still holds up today. So Lana, please go on the Game Pass and get that and play this game, because it is absolutely amazing, and it gives you a very, very high expectation for the new one that they've been hinting at for a very, very long time. But yeah, Fable is my number 1. It's an amazing series, amazing game in general. If it wasn't for Fable, Halo 2 would have gotten the number 1 spot, but it is here.
I'm going to have to check it out.
You really should.
I loved 3. I had a blast with 3. I've just never played any of the other ones.
What do they
Yeah,
call
you should
him?
definitely play 1 and 2.
They call him a chicken talker or something. What do they call him? I forget what they tease him.
I don't remember.
Ty's number 1 is Super Tie World 64.
Okay.
Yeah.
How do you feel?
Bullet says their number 1 is San Andreas. Kiro says Fable's a great, but Anniversary was kind of meh. Specifically, they took away the character creations, so it was not really making your own story. And my number 1, I bought this on January 15th, 2009, because I had it originally on the PS2. Then I rebought it for the original Xbox for $17.99. San Andreas.
I knew it. I knew that your top 2 would be Halo or San Andreas. I knew that. I just honestly thought you'd put Halo at number 1. I'm a little disappointed.
Here's the thing, though. I definitely put more time into San Andreas than I did Halo 2 at the time. And it was for the reasons. I didn't have consistent Xbox Live back then. I had played through the story, and I just kind of was done with it. It was fun, but the online was where the fun was really at. San Andreas, I could get lost in this world and really kind of fully customize my character. I'm getting booed. Jeez. You could fully customize your character for the first time
Halo
in the
over
series by
GTA.
getting haircuts, tattoos. You could spend time in the gym to get in shape. You could eat fast food to get fat. You could do gang warfare, as mentioned. You could play mini games at the bar. You could play pool. I believe darts. Arcade games. There was just so much to do, and I loved the world, which is why I love GTA 5, because San Andreas, that area, is so neat. It's got such a unique variety compared to where Liberty City is, where it's just literally all city. Or Vice City, which is a ton of water, beach, and then city. San Andreas had at the time the biggest map to date, and just so much sandbox content to mess with. And the gunplay was a lot better. The story was in depth. I loved the soundtrack. And it was just a more interesting character than Tommy was in 3 in Vice City. Not that they were bad, but this was just a more compelling story. And I couldn't even relate to it, but it was just interesting. It was fun. And it had the biggest controversy, too, with the hot coffee thing.
Was that with San Andreas? I couldn't remember what game it was with.
It was.
Mm-hmm. So it was fun. And it definitely set the bar high for what would be GTA 4 and then GTA 5, which they continue to improve and setting the bar higher and higher, which I can almost guarantee is why it's been 10 years since another GTA. Because how do you top 5? I don't think you can.
I mean, they'll do it.
I'm sure they will, but that is a task.
Yes. 6 is going to be... I mean, after this long, you either make a great game or you destroy your franchise.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's where they're at. And we got a goal. The thing that I fear, that I'm most concerned about, is this new trend as the goal continues. Jesus. So the thing I fear is this trend of gaming as service. Obviously with GTA Online, that's basically what they're doing. I worry that's what 6 will become. I want their focus to be the main game and then online be extra. Because they nailed it with GTA Online, but they didn't with Red Dead. Which worries me.
Red Dead was such a great career mode, though. Or not career mode, but storyline.
Right. And that's what they're known for, is their stories.
Yeah, they didn't do great with that online. But I mean, you already have like the foundation set for a great online. You've been updating this online for 10 years now. There's really, like, if they screw up the online, then that just ruins everything that they've done the past 10 years.
Yeah. Well, they're getting more time because this fall the games are coming to the new consoles and online too. So it's the GTA 6 is not coming anytime soon. Kira says, from what she read, the new GTA will have a female protagonist. Now, I don't care what I play, and I do think it's time for a female. Yeah, I agree. They should have had a female as one of the 3 playable in GTA 5. So to close out the episode like we do, I'm going to rank the top 10 bestsellers for 2004. Number 10, ESPN NFL 2K5. Number 9, Halo Combat Evolved. Yes, the first Halo. It's probably people just excited for the second one, to be honest with you.
Probably.
Number 8, Spider-Man 2. Number 7, NBA Live 2005. Number 6, Pokemon Fire Red. Number 5, Need for Speed Underground 2. Also on this list, to clarify, number 10 was NFL 2K5 on the Xbox. Number 4 is 2K5 on the PS2. Number 3, Madden NFL 2005. Number 2, Halo 2. And number 1, San Andreas. Not surprising.
No.
Any final
Makes
thoughts
sense.
on the year 2004, though, before we end this here?
No.
You guys all sound so defeated.
A little bit. A little bit.
Oh, God.
You're welcome. I want to see a dance out of you. Hey, get it. Get it. Get
Is it the chicken dance? Or
It's the chicken dance.
okay. I hate that weird moaning one that weirds me out.
I wish I had my OBS open so I could hear it. But I'm glad I don't. Because I could get spammed with different noises like I normally do. It's so long. That's what she said.
Oh. Well, that was fun. Thank you guys for letting me participate.
Well, you saved us a little bit because, you know, my job is unpredictable.
I know how it works with me.
Yeah, I work a commission sales job, so I get what I get. And most of the time, homeowners are obviously home after they work. So I work weird hours sometimes. So
Makes sense.
Well, that was something. Ladies and gentlemen, though, this has been year 2004. My voice is destroyed. Cody, I'm asking you now in advance.
yes,
Would you like to host the stream tomorrow for Halo?
I can. I will tell you I have a 6 o'clock again, so it would be late.
All right. So heads up, we might be late. I may, if for some miraculous reason, have a voice back. I may host. Highly unlikely, to be honest, knowing me, because man flu is real.
It is.
You just do
very
it with
real.
headphones on, and I mean, the rest of us will talk. Like we don't need you to host.
What?
She said we don't need
Lana,
you.
Lana
said
says she'll host. So there
Yeah,
you go.
she said she's gonna host.
From my bed up here upstairs, sure.
We might get more views.
I doubt it.
I'll watch that show.
Okay, moving on.
All right, though. Tomorrow, join us, Halo Night. I don't know what time we'll start or who's hosting. As always, turn on notifications. Follow us on social media. That's the best way to stay up to date with what's happening in the world of DNA. And join our Discord to continue the conversation off air. And Ty will carry the commentary. Somebody needs to. My voice is dead. I am done. And this has been the year 2004 in gaming. Tune in next week, Tuesday, as we will be reviewing the video game film Doom.
Bye.
until next time, guys. Thank you, Cody. Thank you, Lana, for filling in. And have a good night, everybody.
Bye.